So last you saw us we were at Varkala, where we had a chilled out time at the cliff beach. Now it was time to head to our next destination, Kovalam. I actually have visited Kovalam as a child with my parents, at a time where very few Indians even knew the name, but it was popular amongst the foreigners at that time also. Welcome to Kovalam. Kovalam is approximately 12 to 15 kilometers from Thiruvananthapuram city center, and it's super easy to reach whether you are coming by air, rail or road. And from there you can just hop into a cab or auto to get to the Kovalam beach. So we were traveling from Varkala to Kovalam by road, and on the way we stopped at this fort called Anjango Fort, which is 15 to 20 kilometers from Varkala and 40 kilometers from Kovalam.
Most of the people I don't think visit this place. So it was started construction in 1696, and it's that old. And from here it is such a beautiful view of the ocean. I'm just looking at it and enjoying the view.
The term Anjango comes from the Malayalam name of the place Enchutengu, which means 5 coconut trees. Anjango Fort was one of the strategic forts of the East India Company in Kerala. We then made our way to Kovalam, driving alongside the ocean. It was such a scenic route. The ocean accompanied us on one side and the tall coconut trees lined the other, making the whole drive feel so refreshing and laid back. Finally, after enjoying a good 1-hour ride, we reached our resort in Kovalam, which was near the lighthouse beach. This resort also offers rejuvenating Ayurvedic massages, which is a true speciality of Kerala.
So we have reached our resort in Kovalam and we have checked in. So it's evening, and like usual it's already evening and we have not done our lunch, so we are heading towards the lighthouse beach for lunch. This resort is very close to the lighthouse beach. It is just a few meters away, so let me take you there.
So Kovalam has this very relaxed touristy vibe, more serene and laid back compared to Goa. It has been long popular among foreigners. It is more intimate and peaceful, though lately it's also catching the attention of Indian travelers who are looking to explore offbeat beach destinations. Lighthouse Beach is the most famous stretch in Kovalam, and for a good reason. It's a black sand beach and the iconic lighthouse adds a picture-perfect touch to the scenery. Along the beach, you will find plenty of little shops and restaurants, perfect for picking up souvenirs or enjoying a candlelit dinner by the waves. We wrapped up our evening with a cozy candlelight dinner at a beachside restaurant called The Sunset, and the view of the ocean was right in front of us. The highlight was this perfectly grilled fish. We were so tired, we just headed back to our hotel and dozed off for the night.
Hi guys, good afternoon from Kovalam. So yes, in the morning we had breakfast in the hotel itself, and then we went to the beach to take a dip, and now we are back and we got ready, and now we'll hit the beach again for some lunch, and then we have some plans. We are now going to the top of the lighthouse, and you have to take a path from the beach only, and this is the gate of the lighthouse where you got to buy the tickets. So the tower, it seems, will close if it starts raining, so we are just hurrying up to the top.
Open your eyes, open your eyes.
The view from here is just amazing. The water is so clear and so blue. Some places you can see like aqua green color. It's so clean. So definitely come to Lighthouse if you're coming here to Kovalam. It is a must. Now we are going for lunch. It's already afternoon. I'm not able to take my eyes off this view. So we are going to have lunch just looking at the view as usual.
We had our lunch at this beachside restaurant called Coconut Grove. Since this was an off-season, the restaurants were quite empty. But if you come in the seasonal time, say between September to March, then it gets really tough to even get a seaside table. And to share my honest feedback, at that time there are more foreign tourists around, and we noticed that many restaurants tend to reserve the sea-facing tables for them, which honestly felt quite unfair. It was evening by then, the sun was going down, and our next plan for the day was the Azimala Shiva temple. It's around 8 to 9 kilometers from the lighthouse beach, and it felt like the right time to head there since the temperature had cooled down a bit. The Azimala Shiva temple is all over the social media these days, and honestly, with that stunning Sumathiram beach backdrop, it's easy to see why. The place looks straight out of a postcard, and we haven't even stepped into the divinity of the temple yet, so there was definitely more to take in beyond just the view. And now the highlight of the Azimala Shiva temple is this massive Shiva statue. With his hair flying in the air and the ocean stretching out behind him, it's honestly a breathtaking sight. The place has this quiet, divine energy that instantly makes you feel at peace.
The Azimala temple is really beautiful, the statue and the backdrop. My suggestion is if you are coming, then come in early morning or in the evening. So last time we came like early morning 5 o'clock and it was really beautiful, and in the evening also you can see the skyline. So it's really beautiful at these times. There is this beach in the backdrop of Azimala. This is Somathiram beach. It looks so beautiful, so pristine. I'm just at awe.
So now that we have spent quite some time here, we just thought that it was time to head back, but we had no other plans. So we just dropped by Lulu Mall for a bit before driving back to our hotel at night.
Hi Hi guys, good morning from Kovalam. This is the last day from Kovalam and we are checking out from the hotel, and it was raining so heavily from the morning. Finally it has stopped raining, so we are now heading out. We have some plans for the day and you'll be seeing what we are up to. So stay tuned for that and let's go from here to our next destination.
Our next destination was Jatayu National Park. You can either visit it from Varkala, it's about 27 kilometers from there, or from Kovalam, which is around 63 kilometers away. We planned it from Kovalam since it was more convenient for us on our last day, but you can totally plan it as per what suits your itinerary best. Finally, we reached to the Jatayu Earth Center. The entry ticket to Jatayu Earth Center is Rs 325 per person. If you are planning to take the cable car to reach the top, there is an additional charge of 555 per head. Even though it was raining, we were pretty high-spirited to visit this place. It's one of those spots that's all over the social media again. But it's not just about the photos. The place also has a deep connection to the Ramayana and holds a lot of religious significance. Jatayu Earth Center is a unique blend of mythology, adventure, and nature. The main highlight is the massive sculpture of Jatayu, the mythical eagle from Ramayana, who tries to rescue Sita from Ravan. It's actually the largest bird sculpture in the world, perched dramatically on a hilltop, making the whole place feel grand and symbolic. There is also a small temple dedicated to Lord Ram, Hanuman, and Jatayu on top of the hill. As per the epic, this is the exact spot where Jatayu fell after getting injured while trying to save Sita from Ravan. Later, while searching for Sita, Ram and Lakshman came across the dying Jatayu, who, despite being wounded, told them about the abduction and the direction Ravan had taken. There is even a spot here where Ram's footprint is believed to be imprinted and is securely displayed. So they don't allow food to be taken to the top, but there is a small stall up there where you can get tea, coffee and some vadas. For proper meals, there is a spacious food court down below, so you won't go hungry either way. Finally, our last stop was Padmanabh Swami Temple, which is in the heart of Trivandrum, an ancient and iconic temple dedicated to Lord Vishnu in a reclining posture. Since photography and videography are not allowed there and you need to keep all your belongings in the locker, we unfortunately don't have any footage. But the vlog would be incomplete without the mention. The temple is known to be the richest temple in the world and has strict dress code. Men needs to wear a white dhoti without shirt and women can wear sari or any other attire, but then they need to wrap themselves with a white dhoti as well. And that brings us to the end of our beautiful Kovalam Varkala journey. From stunning beaches and peaceful temples to scenic drives and cultural experiences, this trip truly had a bit of everything. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us and felt a slice of that travel magic. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and let me know in the comments which part you liked the most. Until next time, keep exploring.